Working with the Ellipse tool. We are now on page 23 of your working file, the Ellipse tool. And of course, we need to learn about the Ellipse tool to do the next part of a business project. Okay, so over here on the toolbar, almost halfway down, we have got the Ellipse tool. Of course, you need to select it from the fly out. I am going to click in the middle of the page, finger on Control first, and that of course will give me a perfect circle. If I put my finger on Shift, well then I am anchoring to the center and resizing from the center out. Okay, the first thing that you'll notice is, of course, a whole list of properties appears across the property bar for the ellipse that we have just drawn. Ellipse is actually a default setting. What you will find is there are two other options. I can make this a pie, for example, or I can make it an arc. The difference between a pie and an arc, of course, is that with the pie we have the inside lines, but with an arc we actually don't. We also have find over here on the other side. We can produce the opposite. For example, right now, if you look right here, we have a starting point of 0, an ending point of 270. So look over here on my little example. Starting from 0, going all the way around 270. Well, that's the part that we have right now. If I were to click this little button, change direction, well, we will have the reverse. Now we have got something to start with. 270 and goes to 0. So 270 all the way around 0. Now, very interestingly, let's go back to an ellipse. And I'm going to go back, and this time I'm going to select the actual shape tool. With the shape tool selected, you can actually create a pie or an arc by simply dragging on the note that see it. So if I click and I drag downward, release, as you can see, I am creating a pie. I will undo that. Control Z. If I grab and I click and pull around this way, as you can see, I can create a pie of all varying sizes, hebrides, or angles, if you like, that I want to create. Let me show you. If you now click on the note and pull on the outside, you create an arc. So inside, outside, inside, we have a pie. Outside, we have an arc. Inside, outside. It's pretty cool, really. So for example, say I type 90 and something like 220. So I type 90 to the top and then 220, 220, hit enter, and then what I want to do, by the way, I am going to hit my space bar. Remember, if you hit the space bar, we let this way early, and then you hit the space bar again, it always goes back to the pick tool and then back to the last tool selected. So pick tool and then the last tool selected. Okay. So back to my pick tool right now. I'm going to make that green in color. Now remember, we also have snap to objects turned on. We turned that on in our last lesson. So now when I create duplicate by tapping plus on my keyboard, so plus, and I'll make that yellow. If I now grab my shape tool, and I don't need to go over there, tap my spacebar, pull this around a little bit further, stay on the inside, and then go to the top and pull that around a little bit. It will snap in a minute, and there it is. See the edge? Snap right there. So that's my original green one. This is my yellow one. Back to my spacebar and tap so that I get my pick tool again. Another duplicate, plus, I will make this one say red. Tap it again, fill this shape, the shape tool, and then I am going to drag that all around right till it snaps. Snap, and then round, and I will snap right there. Snap. So I have kind of created a bit of the baseball effect, as you can see. Well, of course, if you are creating pie charts for your business brochures or whatever, this is a great way to do it. And of course, I can select any one of those and actually type genuine values, and you can make it up and work the whole thing out from there. Well, that's fairly much all I really want to show you. And what we are going to do now is apply some of these skills to the next part of our business card design.